Hey guys, Mark of the Trail here. So I'm planning a huge backpack, and I mean, I said that like I just started planning it days ago, but I've been planning this for a good year and a half, a little bit more than that. To say that I've spent hours planning would be a massive insult. I think any backpacker worth the salt is planning a lot more than that. They plan and 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 plan. Like a massive trip like this. So this is a 14-day trip I'm planning, 12 to 14. So normally I would not put out a planning video, but I mean, you know, there could be some interest in this. I'd say there's some people who are interested in, well, how the hell do you do a 14-day backpack? Oh, and that's with no resupply. That's the real thing. It's not, I mean, the Appalachian Trail, Pacific Crest Trail, all that fun stuff. Those are 6-month trips, but you resupply every 5 days. This is 14 days, no resupply. Okay, so basically heading off in the middle of nothing. So the trip is down the North Boundary Trail. Now, 14 days is a lot of time to be taken down this thing. You know, people generally will do it in like 8-9 days. And they'll even do like the longer version in 8-9 days. Me, I'm a slower backpacker. I don't feel like I'm as strong as those guys. I haven't been doing it for as long. I'm trying to do this in my 3rd season of backpacking, which, you know, is extremely ambitious. Some would say it's even foolhardy. But I'm going to go and try it anyway. I just, you know, what can I say? Okay, so North Boundary Trail. Let's talk about a little bit of how I planned it. Okay. There's this guy here, which is generally considered the Bible of backpacking and probably day hiking as well. This guy here is hard to come by. Like I think they might still be for sale at Jasper National Park in the tourist and the information center. It's a wonderful, wonderful book. Like this guy, he's self-published, and I mean, no publisher would ever have this many pictures. And I mean, it's just an amazing book. It's really, really cool. It's a bit old, the information, 1996, but it does go into more detail than the CRTG. And so that does help somewhat, right? I can, even if I keep in mind that it's 23 years old, the information, it still does tell me about some different trails and that sort of thing, right? There's the plan. My writing is pretty atrocious, but I think that's actually kind of legible. And then I got the GemTrek map. Oh, this is actually not GemTrek. This is National Geographic. I couldn't really find a GemTrek map that was for North Jasper National Park, or maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I bought this one and it seems to cover everything quite well, so. Okay, so here I've got a screenshot of one of my primary planning tools. So this is an app I use called Maps.me. Before you get any ideas, I have 56 subscribers. No one gives a rat's ass about me plugging anything. No one watches this channel. Not in that kind of sense. So yeah, Maps.me, I've just found this very, very useful. And as you can see by my picture here, that it's my screenshot, that I plan things out like crazy. So all the red is campsites, whether it be, you know, just generally hiker, or if it's hiker horse. The green ones are horse ones, and brown ones are cabins. The blue ones are water sources like crossings and that sort of thing. And then there's also all the yellow ones, which is just general trail information. And so I've taken as much information from these books and that as I can, and even the map, and put it all on, you know, in this forum, in this app. And I plan to keep my phone charged the entire trail. So that's one of the best ways to have it. And frankly, I do have backup to this phone, which is my memory bank. I mean, I can sit here and rattle off every campground for all 12 to 14 days in no time, right? 12 days for sure. So yeah, I mean, it works pretty well. Okay, so I listed off my research: the Canadian Rockies Trail Guide, the Jasper Robson Taste of Heaven book, the map, and also I watched YouTube videos like you guys are doing. I watched Marty Up North and I watched Matty Outdoors, and it's very helpful, right? You get a good sense of what's the good sites and what are the kind of crappy sites, you know, by their comments. So, okay, time to talk about the actual plan. All right, a little background. So Jasper is way down here somewhere. Grand Cache is way up here. So that doesn't exactly give you perspective, but so if you say that Jasper is down here somewhere, back last year when I had ambitions of doing this trail, I went and I decided to hike a big section of it over here. So I went down Celestine Road, I hiked down the whole thing because my car is a piece of crap. And then I went up Shell Banks here and up to Seldom Inn Horse, and that was all fire road. So I call the North Boundary Trail Fire Road, you know, that hike. And then from here up to Willow Creek, I just day hiked it up and back down. So I ended up doing this entire part of the trail. So now I'm going to start at Rock Lake. And if this map looks well used, it is. I have written all over the damn thing, and yeah, so I've just kind of, whatever isn't pertinent, I've kind of just scribbled out, so it's not too much of a distraction, but yeah. Rock Lake. Okay, so starting there, Rock Lake down to Willow Creek. That's day one. Willow Creek over to Wellborn. Wellborn off to Blue Creek. So that's already 3 days. Remember, I'm not a strong hiker, so every day I try to hike is not going to be super long. I mean, 15 kilometers is one of my longest days. Here I got 16.4, Twintree to Chowan. But on the 12-day schedule, Twintree to Chowan is actually my longest day. Okay, so here we are, Blue Creek, that's day 4. Continuing on, we're going on to Slide Creek. And so you can see I've got Hoodoo Patrol cabins somewhere in there. I mean, I figured out where these things are, but they're not actually really on this map, right? So, yeah, 3 slides to Oatmeal. Oatmeal up to Bing. Bing Meal off to Twintree. Twintree, so now this one here we're going to skip over. You know, Donaldson Creek is supposed to be pretty crappy and stuff, so. Twintree down to Chowan, and that's still not going to make a big day. That's going to make 16, yeah, that's actually 16.4. All right, so Chowan down to Wolverine North. Now here I have an opportunity to either make this a bigger adventure or just walk out. See, on this day, when I arrive at Wolverine, if I haven't taken any days off, this is now 9 days. So, the current schedule would be Wolverine to Adolphus. That'd be day 10. Adolphus probably out to like Whitehorn. That'd be day 11. And then Whitehorn out. So that'd be 12 days. Now I have two options for my other 2 days. One is that I take a couple of days off. Right? So I get to day 7 or 8 and I'm tired and my back hurts or whatever, my feet hurt. So I decided to just take a day at one of the nicer campsites and, you know, do that a couple times and get through here. So I might get to Wolverine North and just decide, you know what, I've had enough. I'll just walk out. You know, I've seen this trail all the way up to here. I went up Coleman Glacier last year as one of my day hikes. So I've seen it up to there. So I get to here, there's no mystery left. You know, I've done crossings. There's like 4 crossings to think about, and I'll just head out. So a few more things to talk about with that 12-day schedule. One is I do have crossings. So Rock Lake, going over Rock Creek, that one shouldn't be much of a problem. I get the sense it's not, but you never know, right? So it's one to think about. Blue Creek. Blue Creek is definitely one to think about, right? It can be a pretty good one. And then these are the ones I'm really concerned about because I can't really turn back. So you have Carcajou. Now Carcajou, I mean, my backup plan for this is basically to hike upstream and get high and keep going until I find a way to cross. But yeah, I mean, and then there's also Gendarme. So those are two a bit of a concern, right? And they're towards the end, so I can't really turn back. I have to get across these things. There's another one at Mural Creek that supposedly still has a bridge. See what happens. Okay, so another thing in this plan is I have my decision points. So coming up to 3 slides, that will be 4 days. And at that point, I will be at 53.5 kilometers. So if I turn back, you know, this entire thing down to Berg Lake is 153 kilometers. So if I turn back at 3 slides, that's 106. So that's not too bad, right? I'm cutting 50 kilometers off. If I go to oatmeal, now it's a different story, right? Now we're pushing. So oatmeal is 66, so that's 132. So if I turn back, I'm only saving about 20 kilometers. Now if I go oatmeal to Bing, that's it. I'm past the halfway point. At Bing, I'm at 78 kilometers. So at that point, you know, the entire trail is 153.4, I believe. So yeah, 78, that's like 166, so, or yeah, 100, I don't know the math. But yeah, it's, I mean, at that point, I am committed. It is faster to go forward. It is shorter to go forward than it is to go back. So these 2 days are kind of my decision points. Am I going to keep doing? Am I going to do this trail, or am I going to turn back? Okay, now the alternative. I have the alternates. So, I get to Wolverine. I could decide that I want more. All right, it's 9 days. I've gotten here. I haven't taken a day off. I still have all my days. And, you know, that will be the goal, right, is to keep going. If I decide, well, then it's going to be off down Moose Pass, which is Moose River in the book. So coming down here, this 10 kilometers, then up here, do Calumet Campground, which isn't even on the map. That's about another 6 kilometers up. Okay, from there, so that would be day 10, right? Day 11, I'd probably go to Slide Lake Camp. It just says Slide Camp here, but on the book it says Slide Lake. Anyway, that's only about 8 kilometers, but I'd be going over the pass. All right, and this is supposed to be a beautiful campground. Okay, so that'd be day 11. Slide Lake down to Trio Camp. So that'd be day 12. That's about 17 kilometers. That's probably my biggest day. Trio Camp, I'd probably have another short day down to Resplendent. This is the horse one, that's the hiker one. I'd probably do the horse one because this crossing here is a bit of a concern. So I'd probably do the horse one, and then early in the morning I could take off and get here earlier in the day, and then this crossing would be in better shape. It's always better to hit crossings earlier in the day, they're lower. And then from Resplendent, I can go out, which is about 15 kilometers. So that would be 14 days, that'd be 185 kilometers. The concerns with this is that there's many crossings on this trail. And the one that really would concern me would be right here. I mean, I have to get over this, right? You know, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna turn back and go all the way back up here and back down? So yeah, I've let this in the maybe pile. It's kind of stressing me out, so I'm really just not gonna put any pressure on myself. If I get to Wolverine and just carry on through, that's still a pretty big accomplishment doing the North Boundary Trail, so. But yeah, and there's a lot of crossings of Moose River, there's crossings of Step Creek, there's all kinds of stuff. I'm not worried really about any of those. I'm worried about Resplendent Creek. Okay, so that's my half-cocked, half-baked plan. Yeah, it's not half-baked or half-cocked. I've been planning this for ages. You know, I'll be taking pictures of a lot of pages in the books. I mean, that's something I do as well. I don't bring the books. The books are heavy, right? You take pictures of maps, take pictures of everything. And, you know, I mean, I'm not back pushing anywheres in this thing. And I have my app. So if by some miracle, like, I'm not going to get lost. I just go back. If for some reason I can't figure out where to go and my phone has been destroyed, I just turn back and go back up the way I came. You know, that's the bottom line. The map is extra weight on a very long trip. And yeah, I'm probably going to leave it behind. So, okay, there you go. there's my plan. Let's see how it goes now, all right? I haven't actually gone and done this yet as of this recording.